we're so excited to have you, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited about what we're going to talk about. It's one of my favorite things.
Oh,
And Elizabeth Wescott, you're an author, cookbook author, baker, food blogger, entrepreneur, owner of Anita Cookie Company right here in Las Vegas Valley. Gourmet chocolate chip cookies. We're going to find out all about this brown butter goodness that you mix up and serve. Brings lots of smiles to people's faces. We're so happy to have you on the show. Welcome.
thank you so much. That all sounds very generous. Thank you.
Where are you originally from?
So I'm from Detroit, actually. I moved here when I was 10 years old. My dad was in the music business, and but my family's from the South. So all of my family's from North Carolina and Virginia. So everybody except us, or my siblings and I, they all have heavy Southern accents. So it's a good mix. But yeah, I moved out to Vegas when I was 10 years old. Didn't know a soul. I had that. It was like a foreign country out here. Couldn't have been more different. But yeah, from
Right.
the middle. Yeah, originally. But good old Detroit, go Lions.
And
We're
they're
enjoying
they're
this.
they're they're looking good right now.
Looking good.
They are. So, and they've got a
Yeah.
great coach leading them, and it's exciting. Football's an exciting game to watch. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So,
love it. We're like, finally, yeah, like our guys. you know, maybe this is the year. We'll see.
so you got into all this baking and cooking stuff in college. You got this bug
Yeah.
from working you were doing wedding catering, putting together menus, wedding cake decorator and
Yeah.
baker. Tell us a little bit about that. What a hectic business that can be,
Yeah.
putting all that together.
Yeah, it's a stressful business. So I always loved like baking and cooking. I kind of started when I was 16, just at home. Um, and then in college, my sister and I started a bakery. My sister's a professional cake decorator. She's a cake artist. And so she trained me, and we worked in a wedding venue out in the north side of town. And that's where I worked for 4 years, all through college. We did everything there. We did catering, we did cakes, we worked with brides and all of that kind of thing. So that's where I learned how to bake and work in a kitchen and do high volume like production and things like that. So it was quite a time. I learned so much there. It was, really cool. And I always loved it. In school, like I went medical in my, in college, but I'm always been passionate about food. I'm a lover of food. I'm a food blogger. Also, I do a lot of food blogging here, and so yeah, we had amazing times. Like you look back on those days and you're like, wow, that was when you're in it. It's hard. It's ugly. Like the cake business is like where I would tell someone to work construction before I told them to work in the cake business.
Oh,
It's dirty. It's hard. It's a lot of heavy lifting. Like you have 20 pounds of buttercream, 50 pounds of shortening. It's like it's not for the weak. so so yeah, I got a lot of training. I learned a lot about owning a business from that. And so when years later, I decided to write my own book. And so I kind of poured all of that into my book from a few that I published just a couple years ago, or it's a few years ago now. But yeah, it's my first love, is food and baking and cooking and all of that. And I just want to share it. I live for talking about food, and Vegas has the food scene here is insane, insanely good. You couldn't ask, like, as a food blogger, to be in a better place in the world. I mean, this is the only place you can live where you can go to. You have all of the famous chefs like in the world have a restaurant here, or so many of them. You can go to Joel Robuchon. You can go to Giada. I'm a big fan of Giada, so like I love that she has a restaurant here. Oh my gosh, Thomas Keller, Gordon Ramsay, like all of the greats, Martha Stewart, love her, you know, they all, this is the only place in the world where you can live where just everything is here. So yeah.
So this book, Desert Honey,
Yeah.
that you wrote, um,
Uh-huh.
features flavors of the Southwest, and you also have quite a mixture of things from Mexican, Asian, Italian, French, American favorites.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is there one particular thing that stands out? You know, you're gleaning some things from those family recipes and favorites that you found along the way. Is
Oh yeah.
there like a feature recipe that's like a best love of the book? I'm sure they're all favorites, but you know, is there
Yeah.
one in particular that may stand out?
Yes. You know what? I gotta say, I think my favorite, I think my favorite recipe in the book is so it's called Miss Moffat's Brownies. I'm a chocolate lover. I'm a chocolate fanatic, and so there's a brownie recipe in there. It's from my great grandmother. It's actually from her neighbor, and this brownie recipe is really funny. I mean, it's a great story. Her neighbor was a lady named Claire who was so cute, and they all went to the same church, and the church was so mad that Claire would not share this brownie recipe with them. Like it was a top secret thing. She was not going to give it out. And she even had the priest came and knocked on her door, and he was like, "Hey, listen, like everyone's really mad that you won't share this recipe. Like it's causing a lot of controversy. Like everyone's upset. Like, will you at least like give it to me, you know?" And she was like, "Nope." And she closed the door, but she did give it to my great grandmother, who was her best friend. So it's called Miss Moffat's Brownies. They're super rich. They're super good. But the secret is that the truth is about this recipe, it's from the back of the Hershey's can from the 1950s. So like
Wow.
it wasn't even really a secret, but everybody thought
Secret,
it
right.
was. Yeah, so it's funny, and some of the best recipes in the world are from the boxes of old stuff too. You know, like or
Hmm.
like vintage packaging and things like that. It's such a good brownie. It's ridiculously decadent, and yeah, it's my favorite, like by far. I mean, I love it all. I love, you know, I love every recipe in there, but Miss Moffat's brownies, my family was like, "Oh man, you're really putting that in there." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, we gotta. It's now it's immortal. It lives
Right. And
forever."
now we know the backstory that just adds to the fun. And you
Yeah.
know, and this reminds people of their own traditions and their own families. And you made a statement that I found that you had said, food has the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, which is so true. You know, whether it be holidays or someone's birthday or someone has a favorite something that they want mom to make when they go home, you know,
Yeah.
or something. So we're very connected to
Mhm.
food in so many ways, emotionally from the time we're children, you know, so it's so important. And you share some
Mhm.
wonderful recipes on your website that I saw,
Thank you.
um,
Thank you.
from caramel apple cider French toast,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
looks delicious, milk and honey dinner rolls. What is this?
Yeah.
Apple cider pound cake.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just so many things for the holidays. Now
Yeah.
you also, you're on Instagram. We're gonna make sure that the audience knows how to follow you, how to find
Oh,
your
thank
stuff.
you. Thank
We're gonna
you.
talk
Yeah.
more about your cookies in a second, but a little while back you had a recipe go viral on Instagram, and I found one that was the easiest bread in the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us
I will.
about tell us about this.
So I was not expecting that like at all. You know, and as a creator, when you're doing stuff online on social media, you never know what's gonna hit. You know, I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to it really. So anyway, this bread recipe, I decided just to do it like on kind of on a whim one night. My sister makes it, my mom made it back in the day, and it's just a really easy like no knead bread recipe. It's really easy, but it turns out beautiful, and it's huge. So you know, my sister and I were just talking one day, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do that bread recipe that you know you and mom always do. She's like, yeah, yeah, do it. So so one night, my kitchen late at night, I filmed it. I posted it like the next day and then it like went crazy. It just like, I've never, like, it just blew up and I was like, wow. Like, I mean, that doesn't happen very often for me. Like, it might for a lot of people. It doesn't for me. So I just was like, holy cow. Like and it just kind of gave me some momentum. A lot of people loved it. It gave me a bigger platform. I really grew just because of like this bread, and you just never know what thing is going to do that for you. And then, I put a few other things out there and it just, it helped me grow. So I'm a little more known for making bread, like on Instagram. So I like to do that. I love to talk about it. It's a pain point for a lot of people because, it's kind of intimidating. Like, you feel like
Mhm.
bread kind of scares people because it doesn't always turn out and that kind of thing. But anyway, but yeah, it was great. It's such a cool experience, and it really it kind of gave me a taste of like, oh, whoa, like this is like the full throat of the internet, like that comes out, and there's good and bad with that, but a lot of good. It's totally worth doing, and but yeah, it's really fun. You should check it out. Like, it's so easy and fun.
So in this journey, in this process, you create this company, the Anita Cookie Company, gourmet
Yes.
chocolate chip cookies. You've got the perfect recipe, brown butter goodness. So
Hmm.
chocolate chip cookies are a favorite. I haven't met anyone who didn't like a chocolate chip cookie, or the
Right.
dough for that matter.
Yeah.
So whether it's cooked or not, it's delicious all around. So,
Right.
and
Right.
you make these, you send them out. You've got event boxes, people can order them and give them away at parties and all kinds
Yeah.
of ways to enjoy this. So,
Yeah.
how did this all come about?
So my one of my best friends from high school, her and I like were talking one night, and her and I just talked about like making chocolate chip cookies and selling them because we love like we are passionate chocolate chip cookie makers. And we both just like look for the best recipe. Um, she lives in California. She works in the movie business, and so she makes cookies for coworkers sometimes. And so, yeah, we just came up with it one night. Like it was just her and I just, talking about starting a business together. And we came up with Anita Cookie. And Anita, it's actually her middle name. So it's named after my best friend. And so it just kind of like everybody comes home, right? When it comes to a cookie flavor, like you have all this cool stuff, like, out there, you have crumble, you have all the, like the crazy, gigantic cookies and stuff like that. But we love chocolate chip cookies. Everybody loves chocolate chip cookies. And we were like, let's just hone in, do like our favorite thing, do it so well, make the best chocolate chip cookie you've ever had in your life. And just, focus on that, make it life changing. Um, and that's what we did. It is really like humble brag. It is the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had in my life. I've had a lot of fine cookies. So anyway, that's how we came up with it, and it's fun. So I do orders here around Vegas, and I've been growing it, just here, and it's been great. Like it's been well received, and I really enjoy doing it. And but yeah, it's been an adventure. And I love like what it's done for me, and sharing that with people too. It's awesome to try new things like that.
And and it's a treat having you here to talk about this. And I mean I love chocolate and coffee are like two of my favorite things in the world. And whether they're together or
Amen.
separate makes no difference. Any time
Yeah.
of year, any day of the week. So now I just have a couple fun kitchen questions. So
Yeah.
is there, a lot of times we'll go to make something and your recipes that I found on your site are for stuff that you have usually on hand at home.
Yeah.
Um, what's maybe like an emergency like substitution or something that you may not realize you can you can
Mhm.
grab, like, let's say that you're out of eggs or you're out of something.
Okay.
Is there like
Yeah.
a magic go-to that, like a great emergency thing to know that we should know when we're in the kitchen?
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned eggs. There's a couple of cool tricks out there for eggs. One of them is vinegar and baking powder. If you're familiar with depression cakes, like in the Great Depression, they made, cakes very inexpensively if they didn't have eggs and dairy and that kind of thing. So they used the acid from the vinegar and the baking powder. It has like a reaction that actually like makes you not miss the egg, like at all. It supports like the structure of the cake. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I mean, I tried to explain it. I can't really explain it. It's a little. Food nerds could probably explain it better than I can. But yeah. So that's a good substitution. Baking powder and vinegar. For eggs, white vinegar actually is really good, or a light vinegar of that kind. Um, actually, I had to come up with an eggless recipe a few years ago. I have a video about this on my Instagram, but it was new to me. It might not be new to actually a lot of people, but if you take the liquid from a can of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, and you can actually beat that in your like stand mixer with a whisk, and it will it's the exact same as like beating up egg whites or like a meringue, and it turns huge. It's white, it has good structure, and it's actually more stable than egg whites. If you're making a meringue, excuse me, or you need to like fold egg whites into a recipe, but maybe you're vegan, or maybe you don't have
Right.
eggs, something like that, you can whip up the water from a can of chickpea, or the liquid, excuse me. It's also known as aquafaba. They sell it in dried form, for like in stores, like specialty ingredients and stuff like that. But it's quite expensive if you buy it online. But hey, you can grab like a big can of chickpeas at the store
That's
and just whip it
that's a
up.
million that's a million dollar tip.
Yeah,
It is,
thanks.
especially with the trend of people wanting to go healthier and may have some funny allergies, or
Hmm.
they have something go on, a health condition, and they can't tolerate eggs anymore. It
Yeah,
could be something like that. But wow,
yeah.
I have to. So one of my favorite things to make is macaroons. So
Oh
I
yeah,
would
yeah,
I would love to try this out and
yeah,
put it to the test
yeah.
and just see how it is.
Totally.
'Cause what a great healthy option.
Yeah,
And then
and it
and then make some hummus with the chickpeas.
Yeah,
So
and it's more it holds better actually, like than
wow.
real egg whites do in those recipes. It's got better structure, and it's also a sciencey thing. Like I can't explain super well, but yeah, there's ways. If there's a will, there's a way.
What is your top gadget that you must have in the kitchen or utensil that you can't go without?
Ooh, okay. For baking, I couldn't live without a stand mixer. I don't think. It just takes all the work out of, I mean, it's so labor intensive to like beat something or mix something or cream butter and
Mhm.
sugar, whip up egg whites, knead dough, or you can get a dough hook on most stand mixers nowadays. I don't think I could live without that, like honestly. Like, yeah, stranded on a desert island, had to bake something. I've got at least I have a hand mixer. um yeah, for baking, I think that'd be the way to go. Yeah. For cooking, let's see. Oh, what could I not live without for cooking? I mean, I guess I mean, I would just say really good cookware. Like everybody needs, I bought a stainless steel set of cookware 13 years ago, and I'm still using it. So it's like you buy that stuff once, it lasts forever if you don't put it in the dishwasher, it never
Right.
loses its look. So yeah, just a really good set of cookware. And everything else is like, yeah, that's like the staple, I'd say.
You've
Thank you.
had on your website, you have a lot of resources and things, and you have a basket, a Mother's Day basket that you put together. So for all
Yeah.
you kitchen lovers out there, you have relatives or friends or family. It could be your Uncle Greg who loves to cook. Who knows? But see, you've got like this custom basket you make is different. Every basket is different and
Yeah.
unique, and,
Hmm.
and you put
Yeah.
special things in them. So
Yeah. Hmm.
tell us a little bit about that.
So I do gift baskets like periodically for like holidays. A lot of times I do those like around Mother's Day and Father's Day. And I love putting together gift sets. It's really fun. I love putting the book with it too. So yeah, I just do like I pretty much I can do custom and or somebody can just tell me, hey, my mom or dad loves the color blue. And then I can just come up with something like that. My book, I always put my book with it, and there's really something for everybody in my book. It's not just like like a a baking book or something. There's everything. I have a whole chapter on grilling. Um, and a lot of stuff I learned about grilling from the greats on YouTube that I've watched over the years, like the legit barbecue guys. All of my tips and, things that have worked so wonderfully for me over the years. I have tons of stuff like that. Like not that that's like, the only thing, but yeah, there's something for everybody. It's not, uh, you know, um, it's not just like a one type of deal, like just baking or anything like that. The title might be a little deceiving, but the title just kind of ties into like a metaphor. But um, but yeah, there's something for everybody. Yeah, mom, dad, any loved one.
Thank you for putting this book together and putting the recipes out for people to be able to enjoy and watch you and learn, because there's always something new to discover, especially in the kitchen. There's science, and there's so many things going on in chemistry, and
Yeah,
so many things happening. It's a great learning experience. And
yeah.
the name of this show is called Mental Margarita for a reason. It's
Uh-huh.
about finding your passion, following your dreams, finding your center. Could be
Mhm.
something that maybe it's your escape and you get away to do. So your passion is obviously in the kitchen and doing what you do. But even at times when maybe the day could be a little hectic or something, what's your mental margarita? How do you get away from it all, or what do you like to do to kind of
Oh,
escape?
oh, how do I escape? I like it's so basic. I like to shop. Like I go shopping like what kind of a problem probably, but but yeah, no. If I could, what I really do, I was a theater kid growing up. I was in high school. I was really big into theater and dance and music. I listen to show tunes. I put on my headphones and I listen to show tunes. And even if I'm like home, if I'm in the kitchen working on a recipe and listening to my favorite musicals, that's like therapy, really. Like at the end of the day, that that's where you can find me most days. Or, if I'm just, with my best friends and we're out like having a good time, that is what I live for too. So, but yeah, no, that's how I do it. Just, you know, good music and just playing around in my kitchen is my mental margarita, make it a double.
Well, I know we've got a few different places and ways that we can connect with you. What's
Yeah.
the best? What's the best way?
So to order my book, the best way is just through my website, deserthoneyproject.com. That's my blog. That's where I have all of my recipes. And you can order my book through my website. I am set up with Instagram shopping too, so you can shop it through my Instagram. You can just click something and it'll go straight through there. So yeah, that's the best way. And of course, there's Anita Cookie, just anitakookie.store is our website. You can order from me there too. And yeah, it's hopefully something you can use and you can treasure, and that's uh that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much for being on the show and
Thank
We're
you.
excited to be able to share your story with everyone and inspire others to experience the joy of baking, the joy of cooking, and creating some new memories in the kitchen.
Thank
And
you so much. Thank you. What a pleasure. I sure appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. This is so much fun.
you're welcome. And we'll stay in touch so we get those updates from you and new recipes that we'll be able to share from time to time as well.
Discover Pahrumph's best-kept secret at Secret Sisters Clothing Consignment Boutique, where we sell clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, accessories, and more. Don't miss our parking lot sale Sunday, October 12th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. with cash-only items for only $1.99. Secret Sisters is located at 1240 State Street in Pahrump, Nevada. For more information, call 775-727-4488. That's 775-727-4488. Find your inner peace and connect with self by joining the Sanctuary at Death Valley for Wellness Weekend, Friday, November 7th through Sunday, November 9th. Enjoy a weekend filled with yoga sessions, body sculpting, communication workshops, sound baths, and more. Scan the QR code to book your stay using code WELLNESS now. For more information, call 775-977-2202. That's 775-977-2202. Wellness awaits.